Cam, sorry to be so late in the day getting this to you, but Keith got caught in some big storms on the way back from Jacksonville. You can tell by how much water is in your boat right now. We had him just bring the boat to the overflow location so we didn't have to deal with unloading in the rain. But that's your leaker. And we talked about you having detachment of the rub rail. And this is on the starboard side big time. At the bow for sure. And then some of the port side has got that detachment, and we've got water in the channel. So when it's this easy for me to pull the rub rail away, we want to take it off, get all that sand out of there, clean, prep, re-glue, get a nice strong bond again. Okay, so we have a bit of detachment. Slip down again on me, sorry. At our circle patch guy here. We have some detachment of the seam reinforcing strip here on the port side. Slight detachment and delamination of the seat mount. So delamination is when we have 3 layers of fabric that go with the hypalon. We have our colored layer, our scrim, and our neoprene. When those start to separate, that's what we call delamination. So the handles back here cracked, but this one seems to be in decent shape. We do have some worn areas. This is on the seam reinforcing strip, so this is not the actual tube fabric. If you don't want to do anything about those, put a cosmetic patch over or whatever, that's totally fine. Not necessary. What is necessary though is to get these detached transom holders tacked back down. So you see here we have delamination again. Our neoprene is still stuck to the boat, and our scrim is out here, and we've got some detachment there as well. We saw our leaker. We have detachment of the hog strap, and we have a completely cracked handle, and it is also detached in a few areas here. And then I think you mentioned, it's been a while now since we spoke, and a lot of boats have come and gone since, but this handle is not attached anymore. I can lift this, clean, prep, and re-glue that for you. The bottom of the boat, the tube fabric, is in excellent condition. But on the top, I can see that we have some moldy, mildewy spots, and hopefully you can get a good look at this while the sun is shining on it. So I can start to see the signs of sun damage under there, even though the tubes feel mostly supple. If you look very closely near the hog strap patch, or the accessory patch, you can see those little cracks in there. So we want to get those 303. We want to keep those nice and soft and supple. We have an area that's worn through to the scrim here. As I mentioned, tubes on the bottom are great, but we do have some detachment of the tube to hole strips here, as well as a scrape, but they are not detached across the board. I don't see any pillowing or failure of those tube to hole strips. So we have our leaker, and let me just, I mean, that's a fast one. That's losing air fairly quickly, but we'll just make sure again on this one that we've got nothing. Okay, I think we would like to patch that though anyway, because it's exposed to the sun, it's on top of the tubes. Don't want that to get worn down any further. You mentioned placing some adhesive for pinhole leaks. And I was looking for that on the bottom of the boat, but now I'm seeing it here. I thought you had mentioned the bottom. Nothing creaming there. You can let me know if you want me to clean that up and put a cosmetic patch over it. You want to do interior sealant to make sure those pinholes don't open up, or do nothing at all, because as you can see, we don't even have a creamer there right now. Valves are a little bit dry. We do have a cracked gasket here, but none of your valves are leaking. And I think you mentioned wanting to do something about the Velcro for those straps. We'll talk about that.